space, reality. It's more than a linear path. It's a prism of endless possibility, where a single choice can branch out into infinite realities, creating alternate worlds from the ones you know. I am the Watcher. I am your guide through these vast new realities. Follow me and ponder the question, what if?
Earth 464. Your universe. Nothing happened. Boring decisions went boring ways. Nothing weird, nothing out the ordinary. All went to plan. But in another universe, Earth 189, I had some fun. Lingard went to West Ham. Harry Kane was put into the Manchester City squad. Mbappe went to Real Madrid. And Ten Hag managed Manchester United. Now, isn't that exciting? Isn't that better than your own universe? And all it took was to have a little bit of a hands-on approach. I am the Watcher. And let's take you through Earth 185. So here we are at the end of the first season, and Liverpool lift the Premier League on goal difference. That's right, Manchester City missed out despite having Harry Kane. Manchester United didn't even manage to get Champions League places with Ten Hag. And then you've got West Ham with Lingard managing to secure European football once again, with Tottenham finishing all the way back in 11th. You go across the pond and Real Madrid won La Liga by 13 points with Kyllian Mbappe destroying La Liga with the top goal scoring, top average rating, most player of the match awards. He absolutely killed it. But how did Real Madrid do in their cup competitions? Well, Real Madrid managed to win the Champions League against Villarreal in the final. PSG, despite not having Mbappe, managed to get to the semi-final of the Champions League. But in the other cup competition, they lost in the Spanish Cup, 5th round, to Atletico Madrid. So let's switch again back to the English side of the pond. Isn't this exciting, people? So, Manchester City managed to get European glory with the Europa League under their belt, with Harry Kane playing in the final. They also managed to win the Carabao Cup against their rivals in Manchester United, but unfortunately for them, lost in the FA Cup 5th round to Chelsea. So City ended up having a successful season, similar to Real Madrid's success, but Real Madrid did tip them over with the success. So, how did Manchester United get on? Well, with Ten Hag in charge, they managed to get to the Champions League first knockout round, where they lost to AC Milan despite winning 4-1 in one of the legs due to their 4-0 loss away from home to Milan. They lost in the Carabao Cup final to Manchester City, as we have already mentioned, and they lost in the FA Cup 4th round to Liverpool. So not the worst season for Manchester United. They managed to have a pretty decent first half. If you look at all of these results here, it's a very good first half to the season. They did fall off towards this middle bit here, and then right towards the end of the season, they fell off the ball. But they did manage to secure at least some sort of European football, and they managed to get into a cup final. So it wasn't totally disastrous for United, but definitely not what they would have wanted. But what about West Ham and Jesse Lingard? Well, West Ham got to the FA Cup semi-final, losing on penalties to Arsenal. They also got to the second knockout round of the Europa League, but got knocked out by Olympiacos. And when it came to the Carabao Cup, we got to scroll all the way back up to their 1-1 penalty shootout defeat to Blackpool. It wasn't the best of seasons for West Ham. It wasn't a devastatingly poor season, but it wasn't one of the best. But how much did Jesse Lingard contribute? Well, Jesse Lingard managed to get 6 goals and 1 Player of the Match award in the Premier League. In 46 starts, he managed to get 10 goals and 4 assists with a 7.27 rating. Very, very good performance by Jesse Lingard in his first season. He's got to be very much proud of himself. But let's check out the other players. How did Harry Kane get on? Well, Harry Kane managed to get 11 goals and 8 assists in 36 appearances in the Premier League with his 7.29 rating in 57 starts, notching up 23 goals and 12 assists. It was a great season for Harry Kane, not quite the heights of what he'd achieved at Tottenham, but still managed to contribute to Man City's reasonably successful season. So the final person to check up on, it's Kyllian Mbappe. Well, Kyllian Mbappe managed to notch up 22 goals and 10 assists in his 38 appearances for Real Madrid. And in 53 appearances in all competitions, he managed to get 28 goals and 14 assists in his time, notching up a 7.59 rating. Kyllian Mbappe very much being a key part of Real Madrid's success this season. And that is just one season. Usually I'd be done so much faster than this. But isn't this more exciting? Chaos. Chaos. Second season, here we go. So we're going to change things up. We're going to start with La Liga, where Real Madrid won the league by 15 points. Mbappe wasn't quite a top goal scorer this time, but he did manage to get the highest average rating, so he must have contributed amongst the entire team this time rather than just his goals. When it came to the team in general, how did Real Madrid do? Well, Real Madrid lost in the Spanish Cup final to Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid beating them both seasons in the Spanish Cup, and they lost in the first knockout round of the Champions League to Bayern Munich, which is no disgrace whatsoever. But they managed to get that La Liga underneath their belt, which is what they would have wanted. How about Kylian Mbappe in particular? Well, he performed slightly worse than last season with 17 goals, 5 assists, and a 7.6 rating in 31 appearances in the league. And in 44 starts, never coming off the bench, he got 23 goals and 8 assists, notching up a 7.61 rating. He cannot complain about that. He definitely contributed to the success in the Liga, but maybe he could have contributed a little bit more in those cup competitions. So let's check out the Premier League. Oh, in the Premier League, Man City take the top spot, managing to win the league by 3 points, but you've probably noticed they've got a certain Erling Haaland alongside them. So now they've got a strike force of Erling Haaland and Harry Kane at Manchester City, which would be seen as near enough unstoppable. Manchester United actually managed to finish second, Liverpool having a poor season, but Manchester United managed to recover, getting a second place finish, only 3 points off the league title, so Ten Hag must be very, very happy there. And West Ham finishing all the way down in 14th, but managing to qualify for Europe. Maybe a tactical decision to focus on the cup competitions rather than the league. So let's check out how they did in all competitions. Well, as you probably would have guessed, West Ham won the Europa Conference League, beating Lazio in the final, with beating European giant Seville on the way there. A team that has a great record in Europe. But in the other competitions, they lost in the FA Cup quarter-final to Chelsea, which is, again, no mean feat. And in the Carabao Cup, This time they managed to lose to Everton rather than the mighty Blackpool that they lost to last time. Well, Jesse Lingard managed to contribute just a tiny bit less, similar to Mbappe, not comparing the two. In 21 appearances, he got 3 goals and 1 assist, notching up a 7.1 rating. And in all competitions, in 22 starts, he managed to get 4 goals and 3 assists, notching up a 7.17 rating. So although he's playing less, he's still contributing in terms of his performances and maybe help them on their way to that Europa Conference League. For Ten Hag's Manchester United, they managed to get to the Europa League second knockout round where they lost to Barcelona, which again is no disgrace, but they did lose in the third round to Tottenham in the FA Cup, and then in the Carabao Cup fourth round they lost to Liverpool. So each time in the cup competition they lost to a very good, formidable side, and they had a great end to the season, only losing 1 game from the start of March in the Premier League, that is. But even if you take the entirety of February onwards, they only lost 2 matches. They lost 6 points from the start of February to the end of the season. It was a great end to the season for Ten Hag's Manchester United, and maybe those failures in the cup competitions contributed to that. For City, this time there was no European glory, only getting to the quarter-final of the Champions League where they lost to Porto, which you have to say is very much an upset. And speaking of upsets, they also lost to Southampton in the FA Cup quarter-final. When it came to the Carabao Cup, they lost to Arsenal in the 4th round. So not very good for Manchester City in any of the cup competitions, but they did manage to get the Premier League title underneath their belt, which is what they would have wanted. But my question is, how much did Harry Kane contribute? Harry Kane actually improved on the previous season, notching up 14 goals and 6 assists and a 7.62 average rating in 34 appearances in the Premier League. And over 42 starts, he got 16 goals and 8 assists, notching up a 7.6 rating. Harry Kane definitely contributed in all competitions this season. It's just a shame that the rest of his teammates didn't do so. So let's head into the 3rd season. All this talk of me breaking fabrics of reality is complete and utter nonsense. I've messed with these universes and nothing's happening. This is great. So starting off in the Premier League again, Manchester City won the league, this time by 20 points. It wasn't even close. Liverpool and Manchester United finishing on the same amount of points behind Manchester City. It was a disappointing season for everyone else, and City ran away with it. As for West Ham, they managed to secure European football once again, despite finishing outside of the European places, getting Europa League football, but finishing in 8th. So they didn't finish as low as they did last time, and managed to win one of the European competitions. But the question is, which one was it? It wasn't any of the European competitions. It was the FA Cup final, which they won against Newcastle. They had a very good end to the season. They didn't lose a single time towards the end of it, but they did lose, unfortunately, in the Europa League quarterfinals to Napoli, who are a very, very good side. Whereas in the Carabao Cup, they lost to Fulham in the 4th round, which is in the midst of a poor run of form around October, November time. Jesse Lingard had a poor season, but he did have a torn knee ligament towards the end of the season, which has kept him out for a long time. He got 4 goals and 0 assists and a 6.85 rating in 20 appearances. Not very good for Jesse Lingard. And in 12 starts, he got 6 goals and 0 assists with a 6.94 rating. He's slowly declining each season as West Ham move on from life with Jesse Lingard. Ten Hag's Manchester United also struggled in their cup competitions once again as they got knocked out in the first knockout round of the Champions League to Barcelona. Barcelona becoming their kryptonite. They also lost to Liverpool in the FA Cup 5th round, who they keep losing to. And Fulham once again causing an upset in the Carabao Cup final by beating Manchester United on penalties. So it was a tough season all round for Manchester United. No cup glory, no pure disappointments in the Premier League, but they never mounted that challenge for the league title. But the team who did win the league title was Manchester City, who managed to get a Carabao Cup under their belt. They love the Carabao Cup. They managed to get another one under their belt, but they did lose in the Champions League first knockout round, this time to Inter Milan. No glory in the Champions League for Manchester City. It's failure after failure for them. And when it comes to the FA Cup, they lost to Tottenham in the fourth knockout round. So although Manchester City ran away with the league in their cup competitions, they didn't really show off. Harry Kane himself managed to get 24 goals and 7 assists and a 7.54 average rating across 36 appearances in the Premier League, definitely being put forward as more of a striker and advanced forward than he is someone that is linking up play and playing those nice fancy passes that break up the opposition's defence. And in 49 starts, he got 29 goals and 9 assists, notching up a 7.5 rating. Harry Kane definitely contributing again across the board in every single competition. Mr. Consistent. For Mbappe's Real Madrid, they just keep on winning. This time winning the league by 7 points. Mbappe getting the top goal scorer, top average rating, but not quite the top player of the match awards. But he did have a very, very good season, getting 10 more goals than any of his competitors when it comes to the top goal scorer award. With the cup competitions, Real Madrid nearly managed to get one under their belt, losing in the Spanish Cup final to Barcelona, and they lost to Atletico Madrid, the side that just keep on beating them in the Champions League quarter-final this time, making them miss out on any European glory. For those wondering, it ended up being a Bayern Munich Atletico Madrid final, and Bayern Munich winning it 2 years on the bounce and having a very good time of it, despite me not messing with them whatsoever. So let's move on to the fourth season. We're getting towards that fifth season where everyone keeps saying that the fabrics of reality are going to break or some malarkey like that. It's not going to do that, is it? It's really not going to do that. For the fourth season in a row, Real Madrid managed to win the Spanish First Division, winning this time by 6 points. Mbappe contributing once again with the highest average rating and the most goals in the league. Across all competitions, though, they had a great season. They managed to get that Spanish Cup hoodoo off of their back as they won it against Seville. But unfortunately for them, they lost in the Champions League final to Manchester City, losing by 2-0. But they did manage to coast past PSG. Mbappe contributing once again to PSG's demise. Speaking of Manchester City, they managed to win the league once again for the third season on the bounce, this time notching up 100 points. You can see Erling Haaland, top goal scorer and one of the highest average ratings, but no sign of Harry Kane. As for Manchester United and West Ham, Manchester United missed out on that top 4 by 4 points. That might mean the demise for Ten Hag, unfortunately. And for West Ham, they managed to finish in 11th, but no European football for the first time. They didn't manage to win a cup competition this year to sneak their way into those European places. Instead, it was failure all round for West Ham as they lost in the second round of the Europa League to Genk, lost in the fourth round of the FA Cup to Southampton, and lost in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup to Liverpool. The transfer listed Jesse Lingard managed to notch up a 6.8 rating in 6 appearances in the Premier League, only starting 3 times for the club, all of which in the league, and did nothing. No goals, no assists, a poor average rating. Jesse Lingard is on his way out. For Manchester United, Ten Hag is still in charge. They are sticking with him. And in the cup competitions, they lost again to Barcelona in the first knockout round of the Champions League. They also lost to Burnley in the third round of the FA Cup, and they lost in the third round of the Carabao Cup to Liverpool. It was a poor season for Manchester United. No Champions League, no cup competitions, no cup run. It was poor all round for Ten Hag and his side. For Manchester City, as we all know, they won the Champions League. They managed to get the hoodoo off of their back. But in the other cup competitions, they had to take a little bit of a back seat as they lost in the FA Cup quarter-final to Leeds in extra time. And then they lost in the Carabao Cup third round on penalties to Southampton. So winning the league and winning the Champions League took a knock to Man City's other cup competitions. But I can't imagine that would have bothered them that much. Well, Harry Kane managed to just come under his performance from last year, notching up 17 goals and 8 assists and a 7.52 average rating in 36 appearances in the Premier League and in 52 starts, never coming off of the bench for Manchester City. He got 24 goals and 15 assists, notching up a 7.54 rating. Mr. Consistent is surprisingly consistent once again. So as we head into the fifth and final season, where everyone kept telling me it was all going to break, it was all going to go wrong once the Watcher just starts meddling with all these universes. But it doesn't, does it? I have so much power and I love it. Okay, this is a final warning. Genuine final warning. What the Watcher is doing right now will actually destroy all of our universes, and I know for a fact because it's already started to destroy mine. You might be able to hear some screaming outside. I don't really know whether you'll be able to do it, but we're in all grave danger. If the Watcher does what he does, the universe might have to be reset. And I don't know what that will mean for you. I don't know what that will mean for me, and I'm scared. Hold your family, please. Do what you can to worship the Watcher. Like the video, subscribe if you can. Comment down below what you would like to see. Get him to show you anything other than him manipulating universes. He can't do that. He made an oath. He can't break it, and he's begun to break it. And when he does, I think this could be it for all of us. I'm sorry I couldn't stop it. So for the fourth season on the bounce, Manchester City won the Premier League with Erling Haaland being at the forefront of their title charge, notching up 102 points. Manchester United were their closest rivals, 22 points behind. In its second place was Ten Hag's, what we presume to be Ten Hag's, Manchester United. For West Ham, it was another disappointing season, finishing in 15th, and again, no cup competitions getting their way into those European places. So let's begin with West Ham, who had a torrid end to the season, only getting 2 wins from the start of February to the end of the season, which is poor for them. They lost in the FA Cup third round to Liverpool and lost in the Carabao Cup quarter-final to Manchester City. It was a poor season all round for West Ham, and it's not one they'll look fondly at. Well, Jesse Lingard is no longer at West Ham. He had a season at Valencia. Valencia signed him for a whopping £6.5 million. The most that Jesse Lingard has ever gone for, and in 35 appearances he got 8 goals and a 6.99 average rating, besting his final 2 seasons at West Ham, and he played in 50 matches from the very beginning, notching up 10 goals and 1 assist with a 7.02 average rating, and performed very well for Valencia. For Ten Hag's Manchester United, in their cup competitions, they managed to win the Europa League against Valencia. A little bit of revenge, maybe. They managed to get the win in the Europa League, a little bit of silverware under their belt. They lost in the FA Cup quarter-final to Manchester City, though, and lost in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup to Arsenal. But all of that will be forgotten as they managed to get a European title under their belt once again. For Manchester City, it wasn't about the European competitions, it was about their great run in the Premier League and their 2 cup finals. They managed to win the FA Cup final against Chelsea, but lost the Carabao Cup final against Arsenal. For the Champions League, they lost to Juventus in the first knockout round. Apart from that one season, never really finding their feet in the Champions League. For Harry Kane, it was consistent once again as he notched up 13 goals and 8 assists and a 7.53 average rating in 32 appearances. Across 50 starts this season, he managed to get 23 goals and 12 assists, notching up a 7.52 average rating. From the very beginning of his time at Manchester City, Harry Kane has been Mr. Consistent and has helped them on their way to multiple trophies. And finally, for the 5th year in a row, Real Madrid win the Spanish First Division, with Mbappe contributing once again as one of the top goal scorers in the league. But how do they do across other cup competitions? Well, they didn't have a very successful time as they lost in the Champions League first knockout round to Arsenal and lost in the quarter-final of the Spanish Cup to Osasuna. For Mbappe himself, it was actually a disappointing season, only notching up 18 goals and 7 assists and a 7.46 average rating across his 38 appearances in the league. And across 48 starts this season, he got 26 goals and 7 assists with a 7.48 average rating. Another good season for Kyllian Mbappe, not quite the heights of his previous 4, but a decent one at that. For the Champions League, Arsenal managed to get a Champions League under their belt. I thought you guys would be interested in knowing that before I let you go. And nothing went wrong, did it? Literally nothing went wrong.